Manager's an asshole. Took my friend's jewel out of her hand when she wasn't even using it. When she asked for it back, he screamed in her face and called her a bitch.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason Smith.
Here come the pain.
When the sun goes down, the music turns up. A whole new world opens up behind the velvet rope. Join us as we take you behind the scenes of the nightlife world.
Are you ready?
DJ Jason Smith, Jeff London. I'm the promoter, he's the DJ podcast, live from Boston, Massachusetts.
Jeff London.
16. We got 16. We got 16.
1-6, baby.
1-6. I was about to play rocks, papers, scissors, shooting with you on that intro.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool.
Who do you think would win?
Pretty good at
Ready?
that game.
1, 2, 3, shoot.
Oh, fucking lost already.
Yeah, you're not that good.
No.
How's your week?
It's like, dude, I'm not going to lie, bro. Since we got back, like, I don't even know. Oh, I went to New York. I did. Yeah.
That's good.
It's like the same old shit, dude. It's
You
like,
were back in it full time. We're 100. We're going 100 right now.
everything's like
Yeah.
mushing together. I forgot who I even where and who I DJ'd with this weekend.
You might have worn the same. Oh, you did wear something
Saturday, I know where I was, but where was I Friday?
with me. Scorpion. No,
See?
were you? Maybe. I don't know. I don't forget. But no. Give me Saturday. We're talking about wearing something in the DJ. What? Give me a story.
Oh, my story from Saturday. Shout out my guy Virgil Abloh. We rocked the night together Saturday at the Grand, and I happened to wear my Jordan 1s
Off-white.
which was the first 10 sneakers that Virgil put out with Nike.
Wow.
I actually have 2 pair, and it's a funny story. It's not really a funny story, but I applied for the lottery, the raffle, to get them from Kith. And I got a reply back for one of them. I was like, oh, my God, this is sick. This is sick. And it was the Presto, not the Prestos, one of the other ones.
Right.
Not the Presto, the Flight, or I don't remember what they're called. They look like they're golf shoes, though.
Yeah.
So they're not my favorite.
Right.
So I got the email back saying I got a pair.
Right.
And I was like, sick. Maybe I could sell these and get the ones.
Oh, that'd be, yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe I pay $100 more.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? Because they're not, obviously the ones are going to be the more popular one out of this one, whatever it is. So anyways, so I was happy about it. Took my thing, went in Kith, and went about my day. Next day pops up, I get another email from Kith saying you won the chance to buy the
Jordan 1s?
The Jordan 1s. Wow. I paid like $110 for them.
Yeah, but what did Virgil do to him after the show?
I had Virgil sign them, and now they're like priceless.
They
say Air Jason on them, so they're only priceless to me.
Or another Jason.
Or another Jason. So if you want a pair of Eric Virgil,
if your name is
Air
Jason,
Force Ones, and your name is Jason, hit me in my DM and make me an offer. Because last price was like $3,500 for unsigned.
But
pair.
on the other side, he wrote Virgil in 2021.
Oh, yeah, he did me right. And he was such a nice dude, and it was such a pleasure to meet him. He killed it. He played way better than I expected him to play.
Yeah, he crushed it.
And he was an overall nice guy, and he's done so much for, like, children, youth, that, you know, urban children that just grow up in, you know, some hard places. Shows that you don't have to be just a basketball player or a sports player or a rapper to get out from, you know, unfortunate situation you're presented in. You could be an artist. You could be, you know, creating things. I mean, Virgil has his own line. He has Louis Vuitton under his belt right now. Is he the creative director
and
over
he
there? DJs, and he's showing art exhibits in the art museums, which is amazing.
The ICA, I think it's coming this summer.
Yeah,
actually.
the tickets go on sale the 22nd to the public. Oh, we're going.
We're going.
I actually hit somebody on a DL. Was like, yo, are you a member of the ICA?
Do you get those 2
Can
extra
you get,
tickets?
because they went on sale to like the members like couple of days
Oh,
ago.
really?
So
Oh, wow.
I asked a very important friend of ours,
Yes.
and he wasn't, dude. I was so surprised.
Wow.
Oh, I got another hookup just came to my head just
Don't
now.
say it out loud.
I
They're
know
gonna-
it
they're gonna
is
slide
too.
in
It's
there.
it's a close friend that I forgot from like my hometown.
Oh,
That's
dope.
amazing. Yeah, he works over there. He actually sets up the artist displays.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
He's the director of displays, and I forgot I played golf with him. Yeah, I played golf. So what? So does Rick Ross.
All right, we're getting into the question of the week. We
man.
got a packed show today. We
Pack
got
show.
an interview
Yo,
with-
tell him. Yeah,
we
who
got a
was on
packed
the show?
We got an interview with Joelle James, Grammy Award winner. It's gonna be a great interview. I can feel it.
You feel it?
I feel it.
I feel it too.
All right, the question of the week.
Question of the week.
Is there anything you regret thus far in your career? Loaded question.
Why don't you go first this time?
Absolutely not. I don't regret anything. I think mistakes, especially in this nightlife career, you learn a lot from your worst nights.
Without mistakes, you can't better
Can't go
yourself.
forward. So people say, "Well, you've always had packed nights." No, I haven't always had packed nights. I've had
Oh my God,
dead
yeah.
nights. I've lost money. I've done the worst things. I've hired the worst DJs. Not Jason Smith. I've hired the worst. I've hired the worst. I've hired the worst DJs. I've learned my lessons.
Have you ever hired a DJ and he just cleared the room?
I had. I'll tell you off air. I had a headlining DJ that you'd be really surprised at. I pulled him off in the middle of set.
You pulled him. There was a place that I used to DJ in Vegas all the time, and there was a guy at it was. I'll just say the place, but not the person. It was the bank, and this guy was known as like the DJ Slayer.
Just crushed it.
Yo,
Kills it?
He tells him like just to get off.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he had another name, but it's not PC, so I won't say it.
understood.
So he used to cut DJs all the time. He cut Aoki.
What?
He said, "Bro, you're just losing my room. I need you to come
I think
off."
I've heard of the stories of this guy. You can tell me off air. The guy. I think I know who it is.
But like, I was so intimidated because these, you know what I'm saying? You go play this room,
And you have it. You know in the back of your head.
that this guy's like known for like cutting off DJs and like putting the opener back on.
Yeah.
Shout out to the opener at Bank. He probably made a career out of
Yeah.
that when he pulled DJs. You know what I mean?
100%. He gets a headline. So back to it. I don't think there's anything I regret. Regret.
I regret.
I don't think there's anything I regret. I think you learn from your mistakes and you prosper from them and you try to change them so that you will get further in your career. The things that I think I could have done differently, yes, of course. But now I know what to do most of the time.
You can't. Again, people don't understand. Oh, you always got to be right. No, I want to be wrong.
Right.
Because only way I'm going to be better at anything is if I am wrong.
100%.
Because you learn from your mistakes.
Is there anything you
I think you answered that question so perfectly, by the way.
Is there anything you regret?
Yeah. Well, it's not. I don't know if it's really a regret. I just wish I paid more attention to well, when I first started off, it was just such like, I don't think you understand that when you're an artist and shit, like when it starts going, it turns into like a tornado. It's like 0 to 100.
Yeah. I mean,
And
that's
you
how I
just
feel
get
the
caught
past
up-
2 weeks, yeah.
And you just get caught up in this whirlwind. So I had a manager, I had a booking agent, I had a coordinator would send me all my information for the weekend, what I'd have to do, send me my itinerary. And it was just going so fast. And we spoke about this on the podcast before, how I just didn't know to like connect with people. Like the people that were booking me, I didn't even meet. So how am I supposed to create that? I don't know if it's a regret, but I wish I paid more attention to what I was going on, because I think right now I'd probably be further in my career if I knew who who booked me at Bank, for instance, or at, certain venues. But I didn't even I couldn't build a relationship because I really wasn't given the opportunity to. They wouldn't even tell me, I don't think.
Speaking of when you went on tours and things like that,
Yeah.
Travi dropped a new song today.
Yeah.
Did you listen to it yet?
I've been traveling all day.
Oh, but have you heard it before? Did you?
Yeah, definitely. I have the video treatment from Dropbox. Shout out my guy Travi McCoy. What's the song? I think it's Spoonful of Cinnamon.
Spoonful of
yeah.
Cinnamon.
Yeah. See, I know. I got the video.
Oh, also, going back, I forgot to say, I was on the Marky P show this week. I was actually sitting.
Oh yeah, shout out Marky P.
I was sitting near a seat, and if anybody listens,
No,
to
I know why the chairs broke.
So if anybody wants to listen to that show, it is part of the half hour of ridiculously silliness. It's pretty.
Did you say you were hungover too, so that made it even better?
No, I wasn't that. He was super hungover. I was just going on 4 nights of working and seeing the sun come up.
Oh,
and,
yeah. That beats down.
Lack of
It's
sleep.
tough.
And it was
Yeah.
silly. It was. Hurley, was it funny? Oh yeah. Hurley enjoyed it. Yeah, it's pretty hilarious.
Rick Ross did too.
Shout out to Hurley as always.
So I don't know if it was a regret, but like, I wish I paid more attention.
I like that.
You know what I mean?
But you know what to do.
Yeah, but maybe it's. I know now. I would have liked to know then when it was like probably better for me to know then.
You're still working.
I am still working.
You're still DJing with Virgil Abloh on a Saturday night. You're still with Rick Ross. You're still
we're
50 Cent.
50 this Friday.
Oh, yeah.
No, tomorrow night we're with 50 at the Grand. No, not at the Grand.
No.
I'm at
Memoir.
with 50. Yeah.
If you had a coordinating agent, you'd probably know now. But yeah. Shout out Buddy Costin, the coordinating agent.
Yeah. So I hope that answered your question.
Yeah, the great question. Again, hit us up with the questions. We love them.
Yeah, they're a great part of the
Hit
show.
him yeah.
And they lead into everything else too.
I'm the
because
promoter. He's the DJ. Hit us up. Slide in the DMs. Get it. You know what?
email
It's
too,
going
yeah.
to
I'm
lead
the
up
promoter. I'm the promoter. He's the DJ at Gmail too.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
You know what this leads up to?
What's it lead up to?
Like bad DJs, regretting things, bad sets.
Yeah.
It leads to bad Yelp reviews. Oh,
I'ma get on Yelp.
I told you I'd come with that intro, bro.
I'ma get on Yelp in a minute and review this piece of shit place.
Wait, give me that one more time. Shout out to Jason Smith on that one. Wow.
Thank you guys very much.
I'ma get on Yelp. I'ma get on Yelp in a minute and review this piece of shit place.
I didn't have to come with a piano like I said last week.
That's a million times better. That's amazing.
That took a lot of research because obviously if you don't know that's Lil Dicky.
Yeah.
And that is like the tail end of the record. And being a DJ, you're not really. I'm not listening to Lil Dicky in the car. I'm sorry, Lil Dicky's I appreciate you. I'm just not. It's not something you continuously listen to.
Right.
So I've definitely heard that song through a couple times, but I didn't actually hear the words that he was saying until I dug a little deeper.
You might have slowed that down and chopped it up.
And I sloped it. Yeah, I did
chopped
some
and
stuff
screwed.
too.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, let's get with the Yelp reviews for this week.
All right. The first Yelp review.
We should put it like the city that these places are.
No, that would give it away. If we can't give any clues, no clues. We'll give names this time. Jennifer H says.
Yeah, we can do that because that shit's on public. Anyways, Jennifer H, what do you have to say today?
This place sucks.
No, read it verbatim, dude.
Which I always
Pull
do.
up. It doesn't say this place sucks.
Sucks. One of the bartenders had a nasty attitude, and there were no limes for my Corona. And 10 minutes later, see him hand another server a lime who jumped over the bar. Messy and rude.
Sucks.
No limes for my Corona. You get 1 star for no limes.
I wish
That's
I had
tough.
Corona and Lime Drop right now. I would play.
Oh.
Baby, be my Corona Lime.
Wait, did you tour with them?
I toured with them. Obviously, I was not the backup singer, so.
All right, we got a couple more. Can you imagine giving a 1-star review because you didn't get there wasn't a line at the time?
I'm gonna say this right now.
Yeah.
I love the ones that have 1 star and then they write in the description or the review.
Yeah.
I only gave this place 1 star because 0 stars wasn't an option.
0 stars doesn't
No,
exist.
it does exist. It's no review.
Yeah. All right, this one is managers and
No, this is Taylor M.
Oh, Taylor M says managers an asshole. Took my friend's jewel out of her hand when she wasn't even using it. When she asked for it back, he screamed in her face and called her a bitch.
I'd like to see the security footage of that.
Oh, yeah, we need that, yeah. All right, we got one more today. These are absolutely
Oh,
ridiculous.
it's-
Hopefully we put in these up so people can see like verbatim what these are.
Oh, maybe they could cut it in post. Yeah, we have people in post. Like what? We're real professional over here, Jeff and I.
All right, you know what Amanda W said?
I can't wait because I see there's a response and I'm not looking.
Amanda W says was, in quotes, served by a meth addict bartender. Do not come here, capital letters. Not worth it. Save your money and time. But we've got a response from Michael W., the business manager of the establishment.
Maybe he was the meth addict bartender.
He might have been. He says, "Hi, Amanda. Thanks for taking the time to leave a review. We don't have anyone on our staff who is a meth addict. If you had a poor experience, email.
That's funny.
I had it served by a meth addict.
Sorry,
bartender.
but we don't have anyone on our staff
I know.
who's a meth addict.
Professionally writes back.
I'ma get on Yelp.
What does he have, a PR person for that bar?
I'ma get on Yelp in a minute and review this piece of shit place.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Dude, he probably was so butthurt over that Yelp review. He's like, I need a PR person now. Pronto.
We don't have any meth addicts here.
You were at the, I don't know. I couldn't come up with something quick.
Oh,
Let's
it's
go.
story time.
Gather around, kids. It's story time with Uncle Jeff. The names have been left out to protect the guilty.
Now, here's a little story I got to tell.
It's that time of the day, in the week, in the month of the year.
It's story time.
Story time with Uncle Jeff. Let's go.
This one's titled, Where is the Tour Bus?
Ooh, I've been down that road before.
I'm going to give some clues to this one.
Okay.
You might have been on the tour bus because you were, I don't know if you were on this tour with him.
Okay.
He also dropped a new song today, too. Where is the tour bus?
I already know where this is going. This probably wasn't the only instance of that. But this must have been early.
It is early.
It's not any like that anymore.
Yeah. So, this performer did a concert. After the concert, we hired him to be the guest host at the club. So he probably had a fun time at the concert. Maybe more fun after the concert. And then
it doesn't stop.
And then to the club. It didn't stop.
Those-
Yeah.
By the way, those are like, from every tour I've been on, those are like long days. Because you have to understand it starts at like sound check.
Right.
And goes all day long. Then you perform. And if you're not the headliner, no, even if, regardless of where you are in that timeline, you're watching the whole concert every single night almost.
Yeah.
So you're like partying then, and then you're partying backstage, getting ready to perform, and then when you think it's over, then you're like, nope, party's not over. Now
After
we're
party.
taking it to the after party. And then you have a tour manager who basically holds your hand and goes, hey, Jason, time to get back on the bus.
Right.
And then you just fall asleep and you wake up
In the next city.
and you like, where am I? And you get breakfast and you do it all over again. It's crazy.
So this person
Yeah.
obviously didn't know where he was performing that night because he does in every city. You don't really know. You know what city you're in, but you don't know the
It
names of the
happens. It's just-
places.
I can't remember where I DJ'd last weekend.
So
you know?
so we get after it, and this is before Ubers, and I don't even know if this might have been before we had the World Wide Web on our phones.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't like.
Oh yeah,
search
it probably
us.
was. Yeah,
So end of the night,
this is when you had the flip phones.
the sidekick.
Sidekicks.
Oh, I meant to say. Yeah. So no, this could have been before that because I would have just actually.
Probably couldn't
yeah.
even get on the internet.
Yeah,
that
so
easy
I would have
with those.
Googled where he performed that night. So anyway, so we're at the end of the club. He's having a blast for Uber. He's like, all right, I'm going to take a cab home to the tour bus. But he's like, I have no idea what this tour bus is. I was like, where'd you perform? He's like, we were in Boston. I just performed in Boston. So I'm like, oh, man, this is going to be. So I didn't know what
It's
to
like not knowing your address home.
do. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, this is going to be an adventure. So he goes, all right, if it's an adventure, let's do this. So we go behind the bar, take a bottle of champagne. He puts it in his pants. Me and him grab a cab. We get in the cab. We pop the champagne.
And you literally drive from venue to venue looking for
We
this one.
drove all around Boston, drinking champagne, looking
From
for the
theater
tour bus.
to theater?
In Boston, I went. If everybody knows, I went from Paradise to House of Blues to Avalon to like everything. And the last one was this place
Where
called
was it?
Royale. And the tour bus wasn't
right
in
there.
front of Royale; it was behind it. It took us a whole bottle of champagne to find the place.
That's crazy.
And that's the time we found out where the tour bus was.
That's an awesome story. That was great. It happens, man.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
That's like when you're on stage, we used to always have our set list. Our tour managers would put the set
Right.
list down. Big bold letters on every set list is like the city and state you're in first.
Yeah, you can always see those like, thank you, Providence. And it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Alaska.
So isn't that like something that Spinal Tap would always do or some shit?
That's
Shout out Spinal Tap.
Wow. TBT. All right. Special interview today.
Yeah, man.
Joelle James. So, an accomplished songwriter, artist, label owner, California native, first began writing songs on her own in 2014. But her journey to recording academy prestige began when James was a child. James's singing passion brought her to Berklee College of Music, where she studied her craft. There she began uploading soulful covers to YouTube, where she was discovered by one of the world's biggest artists, Chris Brown. He then offered her a deal with his CBE label and eventually Interscope Records. In 2018, she won her first Grammy for Boot Up for Best R&B Song. We welcome Joelle James.
Thank you
Yeah, welcome to the podcast.
All right.
so much. You guys are fans.
So we're very excited, obviously, to have you. And we're going to do a little word association kind of interview. So Jason's going to start it off today. Give her the word association.
All right, the first word association is Apollo.
Apollo. So when I was 11, I sang at Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, I love that
Wow.
show, by the way. I used to tape it when I was a kid
Really?
because it was on so too late for me to watch it.
Yeah,
So I used to tape it
Yeah.
and be able to watch the next morning.
VHS. Heavy.
VHS heavy. That's amazing. Did you make it past?
I didn't get booed, so that was good. And I definitely just loved the whole experience. I got to rub the famous wood.
Oh, that,
Awesome.
yeah, that
Now-
venue is so beautiful
Yeah.
too. There's so much
Iconic.
history in that building. Yeah, so
Iconic.
congratulations on that because not a lot of people get to touch that stage, and
Yeah.
that's a beautiful thing.
Absolutely. All right. Next one we got Chris Brown.
Chris Brown discovered me on YouTube, like you said, and signed me to CBE, his label, and literally taught me how to songwrite and taught me how to work in a studio.
Wow.
And he's the greatest artist of our generation.
I
That's
love it.
amazing.
I love that. I love that.
So the third word is Grammy.
Grammy. I won a Grammy for the 2019 Best R&B Song.
Oh, I said 2018.
Well, it popped in 2018.
Oh, okay.
so you
I was
were right
wrong on that. Yeah,
And
okay.
then, 2019, I got the award for Booed Up. I wrote the song.
Amazing.
Booed Up.
That song's carried weight too because it's still like it still could be played. So you did your thing. You made a timeless record because it's still relevant. So
Absolutely.
cheers on that because that was a big record.
A billion percent. Yeah. All right. Our next one is Chris Collins.
Chris Collins, that's so funny. He keeps popping up in like this whole week he's been popping up. But Chris Collins is my brother. He is the guy who basically introduced me to YouTube. He would play piano for me and I would sing and he would actually post them for me because I would always say that I was like technology illiterate. So he would figure out how to like get it together and post it on YouTube for me. And he was like the person that motivated me to do YouTube videos when it was first, starting out as like one of the major platforms.
That's
So,
awesome.
That's awesome because
shout to Chris,
Yeah, sometimes I can't figure that stuff out either. So it's like you probably would have not got to that point without somebody being like, "Here, let's try this." So
Right,
that's
right.
awesome. Yeah.
That is great.
exactly right.
All right. The next word is Big Bob.
Shout out Big Bob. Jeff goes way back with Big Bob.
Absolutely.
Boston native and my brand manager, as well as the brand manager for many iconic artists such as Kanye West when he was starting out, Keisha Cole, and the incomparable Nipsey Hussle.
Yes.
So,
That's good company to be in, that's for sure.
Amazing, yeah.
I actually met Bob when I was at Berkeley in Boston, singing in Cambridge. And then I obviously went with Chris Brown for a few years and then found my way back to Bob when I was needing some guidance, and we've been rocking ever since.
That's amazing. What the universe could bring sometimes.
So we got
full circle.
Yeah, we got a couple more, and then we'll go into what's coming up for you. So obviously, I have to ask Chanel.
Oh my God, her birthday was yesterday, and Jeff, I know your birthday's coming up.
It is too.
Yeah,
Wow, June
yeah.
30th. That's very good.
It's gonna be a scary time.
Geminis are cranky. But yeah, her birthday was yesterday, and that's my girl. I love her. I have
Chanel.
the greatest memories. Even when I first was with Chris, because Chris came out, I was still going to Berkeley when he discovered me, and we went to Summer Jam, and I wanted to bring a friend with me, but I just didn't know, should I not? And it was so funny because I'm literally backstage with Chris, and then I look over and Chanel's next, 3 people over. I'm like, how did you get back
No
here?
way. That's funny.
And I'm like, of course you would get back here. You would find it. She's like, yeah, I had to come find you. Da, 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 da. And I don't know. I just have such great memories of that time in my life. And she would get me into all the clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Fun. And I really miss her. I haven't seen her since I saw you guys in New York years and years ago. So I miss her a lot, but I know she's doing really well.
That's great.
Love you, Chanel.
Yeah, happy birthday, Chanel, one time.
Yeah.
Exactly.
All right, next one is Apply Pressure.
Yay! Apply Pressure is my newest single that I just dropped in May. And I actually wrote the song and recorded it in Boston.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
Where?
I'm gonna forget the damn name. It wasn't in Somerville. Why am I forgetting the name?
It happens. It was recorded in Boston. It was recorded in Boston.
In Revere?
It was in Boston.
Yes.
Basically, my one of the producers I work with a lot is American Antagonist from Boston.
Sure.
And I've met him through Key and Big Bob, and he's just super, super dope. And I actually met him in 5 years ago when I was starting to get in the songwriting routine. Bob just knew to kind of pull me out of LA, because LA can be a little redundant, and you can get in this conveyor belt of session, and then they become kind of meaningless, and then your work kind of will degrade. So basically, I went out to Boston, met Tag, and we just had a really dope relationship. And I actually wrote Apply Pressure not soon after Boot Up was getting big, but it was summer 18, I think. And I was like, I got to apply pressure. If I get this type of success again, if I want another Boot Up, then I have to apply pressure. So that's kind of how the song came about.
So everybody go get Apply Pressure right now.
Get it.
Yes. Created in Boston.
So speaking of that, so when we talk about Boot Up, and there've been many interviews I've seen and you've told before, but you wrote that song a time before it was released, or to say before she got the lyrics from it and recorded it, right?
Exactly. Yeah. I wrote it, I want to say 3 or 4 years before she ever even heard the song.
Wow.
And it had a long life, a lot of big execs were interested in the record for me. I think Mike Karen really liked it, and just a few other people. I remember Bob, I didn't even have the record at first. Bob had to ask Craig Kallman to get me the files for it.
Wow.
It was crazy. I just really believed in this song. And when we were working for the Kevin Hart soundtrack a few years later, Boot Up was one of the ideas that we thought maybe would work for the soundtrack. And that's when Mustard like reheard it and was like, oh, like
Wow.
this is actually a smash.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I think you should cut this. So me and Ella, we were cool. Like she basically Snapchatted me
Wow.
that she like cut it back when Snapchat was like really popping. And I was like, oh my God, she cut it. That's great. And then they put it out in 2017 and then it didn't even like pop until 2018 So this song
Just had legs,
Wow.
and it still does.
And it still does.
It still rocks off.
Yeah.
Was it hard to give that record up? Was that record like really personal to you, or were you like okay with letting it go to another?
It was personal, and like it's crazy because Mustard had actually asked me to come write for Ella like a while before she even put any music out.
Yeah.
And I suggested to give her that song, and he was like, no, let's do something fresh. And I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't say it was hard for me because I knew that song could break a new R&B artist.
You just really
Like,
you just really believed in it. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I knew it was like the type of record that couldn't be given to an established artist. You know what I mean? Like Ashanti or like Mary or like someone like that
Right.
wouldn't take that record. So it had to be someone new. So I did really believe in it in that way. And I think
awesome.
the only time I really was like, was like I wanted them to like push it. I worked with Ella like shortly after she dropped the EP. And I was like, so what's up with Boot Up? Are you guys gonna shoot a video? Are you guys gonna put the song? Like I just wanted them to give it their all because I really believed that it could go there.
Mm-hmm.
And they I don't know, I think DJ Vaughn in the Bay, I think he was actually the one that started playing.
Shout to Vaughn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's
awesome.
That's what broke it. So when it really started getting big, I was like, damn.
That's amazing.
Like,
It
It just didn't get big. It went bananas huge. Yeah.
Yeah. When that started happening, I was excited, but I was just like, damn, like what if that was me? But that honestly just motivated me to
apply
wanna do it
pressure,
again.
right?
Yeah, apply pressure.
100%. There it goes. Yes.
That's
Absolutely.
amazing, and it's so beautiful to see you believe in that record so much, and then see it flourish after that long time period of like, you just kept. You're like this. I'm telling you, this is going to be a smash, and you just. That's amazing. So congratulations.
That's
again.
amazing.
Thank you so much.
All right, we got a couple more.
Go ahead, Jeff.
We have to do this one obviously, because I know that you were with him many days before his passing. But you know, if you could say something about Nipsey, you know, I think his legacy is, you know, is actually becoming big, almost as big as when he was, you know, with us.
Yeah, very strong.
Yeah. So
even I think maybe even more.
Mm-hmm. So
More
maybe
so.
I mean you were pretty close to him, and I know Bob was as well.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he's an icon now, and you're 100% right. His legacy will live on forever. The marathon continues for real.
Absolutely.
Like, it's amazing how he literally designed himself, even in the demise of him leaving the earth. Like, he, in his music, his lyrics, like, he literally described what it was going to be. And I think that's the most powerful thing about his brand and about what Bob taught him from a very young age. Bob was working with him when he was like 15.
Yeah, he started really young.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he started teaching him branding. And I think what was so special about him is that he actually did it. Like he executed it. And there's really no other rappers even on that level that did what he did as far as creating your own brand and your own legacy. Like there's really not that many that did it on that level. And so, yeah, I was so blessed to have a brother-sister relationship with him and to learn from him. I actually, when I met him for the first time, I was living in New York when you came down with Chanel and we went to the club that one time. So that same era was when the $100 mixtape Crenshaw dropped. And I didn't even know who Nipsey was at that time, but Bob was like, you got to come meet my artist, Nipsey Hussle. And I remember meeting him. And then it was crazy to see from that moment meeting him what he became and just how much I looked up to him. And like when I did my partnership with 12 Tone, which is where I'm at now, and started my own company, Vanilla Factory, he was like the first person that I would tell, like, yo, I just signed myself.
That's amazing.
Like I just did this, like I was really just wanted him to be proud of me.
Right.
And the fact that he was at Bob's son's game for the Elite Eight in 2019, the day before he left, like that was just a huge sign from God in the universe that like I gotta this is not gonna stop for me. Like no matter how many years I've been working, I know Jeff's known me since I was like 19. So like it's not gonna stop for me. It's a marathon for real.
I love that. So. That's amazing. And Vanilla Factory is such a fire name.
So going with with Vanilla Factory, is there a correlation between Vanilla Factory and ice cream?
It is.
Okay.
But you want to know something funny? I got my name Vanilla. Well, people called me Vanilla in Boston, and I feel like when I came to Boston, like I came from Southern California, but like the diversity in the city of Boston was so fresh and new for me. And like people were calling me Vanilla, and I had this soul, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this.
That's awesome.
So I first got the nickname Vanilla when I was going to school in Boston. And then I just created Vanilla Factory because I wanted to just really serve love. I wanted sweetness and the whole vibe of my music to be like ice cream. And that's why I'm calling my project awesome. Ice Cream, that's coming out this summer, because we've just been through the shittiest year.
Yeah.
And so much just, you know, struggle and pain. And the best thing to do when you're feeling down is eat ice cream. It will make you feel better.
Absolutely.
Netflix and ice cream.
Netflix and ice cream.
Yeah. The ice cream will make you feel happier. It's literally the scientific fact. So
it's like the cherry on top.
Ooh.
Exactly.
Wow. Yeah. All right. Marilyn Monroe.
Marilyn. Oh my gosh, I have her up here on my wall.
Is that the Grammy notification behind you too? Oh no.
Yes.
I love that.
My mom framed this for me.
That's amazing.
This was my ticket. And
wow.
Not the planner, the program.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and also nominated. We didn't mention nominated for, was it the song R&B song or song of the year?
It was two nominations. Yeah. It was for best R&B song, and then it was actually for song of the year.
Wow.
Which
damn.
Wow.
I don't know what I would have done if it won song of the year.
I mean, you have a Grammy.
That's like a lifetime achievement thing right there. Like, who doesn't want a Grammy though?
That's amazing. So let's talk about what is, now that we're out of the pandemic, what's next?
Yeah, what's going on?
Besides, we got the song out. So Apply Pressure is the newest one out now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apply Pressure is the newest one that we're going with. I actually released 2 songs last year. This poster back here is, I released 2 songs in the pandemic because honestly, after I won the Grammy, the King left that same time period. I got signed to 12, or did my partnership with 12 Tone.
Right.
And then right after he left, I had to go into making my album and recording. I literally recorded all of 2019.
Wow.
And my songs were very like heartbreaking, sad songs, just from going through that whole emotional distress. So then when the pandemic hit, I was like, oh my gosh, like, it's crazy. These songs kind of go with it. And I didn't feel right, like putting out like a whole project in the pandemic, like didn't feel right with me. So I just released 2 songs. One of them was Where in the World and 2020 Vision, which were just for the times, really, for the people, for the world.
Just felt
and
right.
Then, now that we're getting out of it, I'm into the ice. We're having an ice cream summer. So.
I love that.
I want some ice cream summer too.
Hey, do they still have JP Licks out there?
Of course they do.
Yeah, they do.
JP Licks is where I used to go.
Yes,
like,
that's
no
the one near Berkeley too. Absolutely.
I'm from New York, so these places are so new to me. So I just found like JP Licks. No, I found it in Harvard.
Oh, you did?
I went to the one in Harvard. When I was looking for apartments.
What'd you get?
So good. Oh, I got the mint cookies and cream.
Ooh.
Fire. Yum.
Yeah.
But so the first record I dropped was called Heart Can't Take It, and that was also like, it was like the transition record from the sad Into the Happy. Now we got Apply Pressure.
Yes.
I have a record coming out soon called Tell Me that I also did in Boston with Tag, and I have a dope feature of Coyle Ray on that record.
Awesome.
Sick.
And I also have a Chris Brown feature on the project.
Whoa.
There you go.
There we go. Amazing.
And yeah, we're getting the whole project together and getting the tour or the show together so we can tour the music.
It better be a
and
Boston stop.
Yeah.
There's got to be a Boston stop.
Oh, for sure. You guys are my second home.
Yes. There you
I
go.
made half the songs of my project in Boston. So
Oh, that's amazing. Well, we just want to thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking your time out.
Where can people find
so
you?
busy,
give
too.
Me, yeah, give me all your socials right now
Yeah,
where
let's
people
hit
can
'em.
find you and
The record, Spotify, all that.
at Joelle James. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, YouTube.
awesome.
All of that.
And Apple
Twitter,
Music, Spotify.
Apple Music, Spotify,
Awesome.
Deezer, Tidal.
Love it.
Whoa.
I'm just excited that I can even say all these
Yes,
names.
that's so
because
amazing.
I wanted that for so long. So I'm just excited and I can't wait to come to Boston.
Yes.
and come
Yeah, we can't wait to
Bridge,
see you,
yeah.
man. That'd be
where
amazing.
you guys broke my cherry, brought me into the club
Yes.
before 8. Before I was
I'll do
8.
it. Well, once again, thank you so
Actually,
much.
you didn't know about it, Jed.
I know.
You didn't know about
I
it.
know. I didn't.
No, you're just a promoter guy.
Yeah,
You didn't know what he was
I
doing.
didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't checking IDs. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for taking the time out. I really appreciate it. Congrats on all your success. And
Yeah, beautiful
Apply
already.
pressure.
Yeah, apply
Let's go
pressure.
get it. Yeah.
Get it.
All right.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Guys,
Thank you.
you're the best.
All right.
Mwah.
Yeah.
Joelle, can't thank you enough. That was awesome. And look out for her new single, Apply Pressure. Look out for her on all streaming platforms, social media. Go follow her.
Yeah,
She's the
follow
best.
one
She's
time.
the best.
You know what that is.
It's
And if you don't know what that is,
now you know.
it's the PNN Network. Breaking news. Breaking news. Jeff London here with the breaking news. PNN, let's go.
All right, the PNN this week. We got a little positive news about nightlife.
Yeah.
So the city that never sleeps, New York City,
Shout out my hometown.
wants a nightlife museum to celebrate the history of clubs. So,
Yeah, that's I didn't hear this. I thought this was there is something I'll add to this after. But
well, can I finish the news?
yeah, hold on.
So,
Well, I probably know what this is. I was just going to add to it. Go ahead.
so, as we know, New York City has 1 billion museums. So now city officials are calling for adding another one to the mix to chronicle and celebrate New York's nightlife legacy.
I mean, it's so it kind of deserves it.
When you think about nightlife, there's New York, Miami, Vegas.
Yeah, but I think New York was like Studio 54. You
Right.
don't think of Miami, you don't think of a club in Miami.
Live.
Yeah, but I'm talking about that created
Oh,
Live.
no,
There would
of
be
course
no
not.
Live without Studio 54.
In Vegas was just a pile of sand
Back at the ad. They
with,
didn't even have it.
the
Rat Pack.
wow, nice job with the Rat Pack singing. There were no DJs. Steve Aoki was not born. So in a report released last week, the city's Office of Nightlife. I didn't know they had an office night.
Yeah, I get emails from them all the time.
Where they say, "Don't come back."
This guy's got jokes.
Which started operation in 2018 as part of the mayor's office of media entertainment, has recommended the establishment of a museum or similar archival institution dedicated to the places that have defined New York in the late hours and early mornings, I guess, right?
Yeah.
I think this is amazing. I think you need your own section in there, though. So club owners are
But I
supportive of
appreciate
the
that.
idea of Nightlife Museum, pointing to how the city has been home to many famed establishments over the years, from the Cotton Club in Harlem to Studio 54 in
Yeah.
Midtown.
Tunnel, Limelight.
Yeah, and Noah Teppenberg, obviously
USA.
CEO of Tao Group Hospitality. Could be very educational, he said, of the Nightlife Museum
I mean, they
concept.
created such a huge business with partnering with MSG, everything they've done, that it is educational.
1 billion%. So that's the positive news. We get some club action in the news. I love that. And being in a positive club action in the news, because we know that it's not always positive.
No, that's right. I forgot to say that at the intro this time. We've had a crazy day.
No, but yeah, we have had we are crazy.
We crazy, and we had a crazy day, so it gets even crazier. So what I was going to add to this, I'm in my friend Alex Glenn, shout out Alex Glenn, who listens to the podcast, started a few years ago. He started a Facebook group. Does that sound right? I don't do Facebook, so I apologize. Facebook group where people could post about closed nightclubs, and people that were in the business like us would post pictures from that era, and they would joke around, what club was this? And then it would just feed into, and that could be a great part of this museum. Another thing I wanted to add was I really do get emails from the nightlife.
That's awesome.
Nightclub. I forgot what it is. So when de Blasio came in, he hired a mayor of nightlife.
Okay.
Because it needs when Giuliani was cracking down, it just it was so hard for clubs. Like 27th.
When he ruined everything, yes.
27th Street on the west side was like, that's where we used to go.
Right.
There'd be 10 clubs in that 2-block radius. I worked at Spirit. It was one of the first jobs I had in New York, was Spirit nightclub.
Wow.
And I remember.
What's that Spirit now, you think?
It's a McCormick Hotel.
It's a hotel.
The people that run the box run this show that you go in there, you put on a mask.
Yeah.
Like a white mask, and nobody knows who anybody is, and it's like pick your own adventure. You could go through this door, or you could go through this door. What? It's like a whole thing, and they got like a beautiful rooftop that's like, it's sick. But it's in the theme it's in the theme like the box, like it's like pushy, it's edgy, it's
right.
It's just, and you're guided through it with a bunch of hosts and stuff. It's fire. They actually did a episode of.
Wait, is it still around?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know what's going to survive out of COVID, to be honest with you. Yeah. I was in New York yesterday, and so things are starting to really open back up now. So I'm glad my city's back. And speaking of which, I actually, when I saw this PNN news this week, my mother called me and said, you're heading in the city. They just opened up a museum, the New York City Museum it's called, or something like that, and they have an exhibit showing right now about 1980s post-punk music era.
Really?
It's got like Blondie,
like
Run
CBGB
DMC
stuff?
Grandmaster Flash.
Whoa.
So I'm like, I'm going to that. Right? It's only open Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Oh, perfect.
The only days I can never go do anything with my life. And then I hit up Ross One. Shout out my guy Ross One. He went to the new museum in the Bronx that's opening up. It's called the Hip Hop Museum.
The Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Yeah, Universal Hip Hop Museum.
Wait, is that the one it's not open yet?
It's not open yet, but they have a little pop up, I think, and it has like Disco Fever in there.
That one's gonna open up officially in
2024.
Yeah.
And the building looks so amazing. It's beautiful.
We'll go on the opening.
Yeah. So I was trying to go to that, and it was just like I couldn't really do anything. I just went to the studio, visit my cousin, and eat really good
Shout out
food.
Slim.
And one other thing was, I forgot what it was. But, yeah, I think that's great. Oh, and they have stuff in there about the Keith Haring stuff, because it was such an intricate part. And I wanted to say something to you about that, too, because you and I went to that exhibit at what museum
Museum
was
of
it?
Fine Arts, yeah.
With Basquiat, and they had some Keith Haring stuff in there. So it was all that same era. And I watched the PBS special about Keith Haring that they did a wonderful job on.
I haven't seen it.
It's on Amazon. You have to watch it quick because it said it comes off like 6/3, so that's the end of the month. 6/30.
You know what that date is? My birthday.
That's your birthday. So you have till your birthday to watch this Keith Haring. They did it so beautifully. It goes back to his childhood growing up in like Shittsville, fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
No offense, Pennsylvania, but it's like it's cancel culture. I have to watch what I say, I guess. But like in the middle of like nowhere, like he grew up around buggies, like the Amish and shit. So and it just tells the whole story. And remember that pillar? And I said, I've never seen that before.
Right, the one that
that was actually from Garage, this club called, was it the Garage?
There was a Garage club,
where Larry Levine used to DJ. Keith Haring, those posts are from the Garage, bro. So when I said I've seen a lot of this stuff before, there was a few pieces in there like that I've never seen exhibited. Oh, and the Basquiat football helmet too.
Yeah,
that was sick from when he was in that band. So if you look into art like Jeff and I, Amazon has the Keith Haring documentary up for a couple more weeks, and it's a PBS special, and it's really dope and it's really enjoyable.
And that's the PNN.
That's the PNN, man.
Wow, loaded show today. I loved it,
Jeff. Awesome. Great job as always.
Great job to you. Where are they finding you?
You can find me at Jason Smith Music, and I am jasonsmith.com. I have to update my dates. Things are just getting so busy, y'all. Like this weekend, I'm with 50 at Memoir.
Saturday, you with me.
Saturday, I'm with Uncle Jeff.
Scorpion, 58 Seaport Boulevard, Boston, Massachusetts.
Next week, I'm with Lil Jon, and I'll be
for my birthday party.
Foxwoods.
That's my birthday party. Wait, are you going?
You coming on my birthday?
Wait, are you doing Lil Jon
Come
here?
on my birthday?
You doing Lil Jon here or
Memoir?
Oh yeah, it's my birthday party.
I'll be in
come on.
Foxwoods for Dave Chappelle is my guy. Hey, Dave Chappelle's performing at Foxwoods. That's gonna be fun. It's 4 days, and I had the opportunity to DJ his comedian's ball. We could tell a story about that at a later time.
We'll do it. Well, thanks again for coming to the show. We really appreciate it. Get the merchandise, bignightshop.com. You can find me at JeffLondon _, and you can find us at I'm the promoter. He's the DJ.
Thank y'all.
Peace.
Okay, I'm reloaded.
Jeff London, DJ Jason